was because I was not mentally prepared. I was overwhelmed. I wasn't learning what I needed to learn. I wasn't taking classes. I wasn't going on YouTube University. And what's good, my good people? My name is Martin. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit on that subscribe button, man. Crash the notification bell. Stay up to date with everything I got going on. It is much appreciated. And yes, I am aware that this title is a bit dramatic, but I promise you guys, this is not clickbait. It's not nothing to get you on edge or anything like that. Especially, man, just make sure you watch the full video when you pay attention, really, especially if you wanting to start a dumpster rental business or any other business, man. This is very, very important to know and just something to be prepared for as you go on your journey. But before we get started, man, I do want to address some things that has arisen to me. I have been getting, first off, I want to thank everybody just for the emails, for any IG, hit ups and stuff like that in my DMs about the business, about my channel, all the supporters. Man, it's really appreciated, man, and I love y'all, man. I got love for all y'all. I got love for all my haters too, if y'all want to pop up. But I do want to address the my fellow local, and pretty much regional, and especially in the United States, people who already has dumpster rental business, who has a little issue with, who may have an issue with some of the things I share about the dumpster rental business, because the dumpster rental business is kind of quote unquote a secret. Starting out for me, I didn't have nobody showing me on YouTube. I had to learn everything on my own. I really literally, got myself in the business, learn how to fix my own dumpsters, learn what to buy. Of course, I seen other dumpster companies, but that's all I had. Never talked. Nobody gives away any, tidbits or anything like that. So I like to first start with that the people who may be mad at me, hey, I learned this stuff on my own. So if you got an issue with it, if you got an issue with any of my videos, you feel like I'm giving away too much secrets about this business, I will just tell you that you probably shouldn't be an entrepreneur. You probably should work for somebody, because if you're an entrepreneur and you basically not prepared for competition, or you feel like a person is outdoing you, hey man, either tighten your game up, or, like get out the business. And that's the only time I'm ever gonna talk about that. I still love y'all, man. Anybody still on that stuff? But yeah, let's move on, man. Let's go. So I spoke a while, man, when I first began my channel, about how, first starting out, I did, in fact, sell my complete full dumpster rental business, trucks included. And before I go into detail about that, I would like to first, and if you read my book, I speak about this like in the first intro of the book. And that's, man, if you're looking to get into this, really, really think about it, man. This is really, really a hard business. And that's why a lot of times, me hearing people who's kind of feel like I'm giving away a lot of, secrets about it, man, everybody's not gonna be able to do this type of business. For one, you will need some type of income to start. And I just show you how to start on a cheaper scale. And for two, you got to be mentally tough, and you got to be, depending on the area you live in, you got to be willing to be outside. You got to be willing to drive. You got to be willing to talk to customers, get customers. You got to learn marketing. So it's a lot that goes into it, man. I honestly been doing it for years, so I kind of make it look like it's easy. So I know a lot of people can watch my videos and be like, wow, man, if he can do it, I can do it. And I want y'all to believe that. I want y'all to have that mentality, because that's the only way you're going to make it in business in general, is have that mentality as to all anybody ever did, starting from Walmart to Apple. It's all the same formula. It's watching other people who were successful, and you kind of emulating, you taking stuff and putting your own style on it. So and that's why I say that, I'm not saying this like it's so hard you can't do it. I'm saying if you're not mentally prepared to put in the work to learn every day about, any type of business you're doing, man, you're just not going to be successful, man. It's just no way, shape or form you are. And, starting out, man, the reason why I sold my first dumpster rental business was because I was not mentally prepared. I was overwhelmed. I wasn't learning what I needed to learn. I wasn't taking classes. I wasn't going on YouTube University. And you know what I mean, just learning how to, I didn't know how to, like, you know, fix certain things on my truck when stuff was going down. I didn't have an air compressor, so when I had flat tires in the wintertime, I didn't have any way to load them up, so I had to take the tire off, go get a new tire, and come back. So I was doing it all wrong only because I didn't have the information and the knowledge. And that's why I started this YouTube channel, for you to who's looking to specifically come into the dumpster rental business, just to have a reference, a point of reference. I want to be the point of reference that you can look to, or you can, you know, message, or you can call. Be easy on the calls, but who you can, you know, reach out to and just get the insights and the tips, something that I didn't have and I had to learn on my own. So that's why I do it. And I just want to say that out there, just before you know, you want to take that step, man, make sure you mentally prepared. This ain't just, man, it's really good money. I showed y'all my money, man. That's a lot of bread, bro. I mean, even, you know, in the drought, man, you get these contracts, you get customers who use it over and over again. You always gonna have a stream of income. So you can make a lot of money, man. But with that money, bro, when it's a lot of money, bro, just know it's gonna be some work, man. You gotta put some work in it, man. People make it. So how and why I sold my first dumpster rental business. The reason why, well, let's go back to when. So it was probably it was about January, probably 16, and well, it was probably the year before. Like it was wintertime though, for sure. I mean, I was just dealing with a lot of stuff. I was having customers. I was getting people hitting me up, man, and stuff like that. But back then, for some reason, and you'll fall into this a lot if you don't take your payment up front. So I take payment up front when I drop off my dumpsters. I used to wait till afterwards. And it was just surprisingly, man, how many people was, you know, not paying me. So I was dealing with people not paying me. I was dealing, like I said, with the tire issues, with me not having a compressor, me not knowing how to fix things on my dumpster, not having a welder on deck who I could call. It just really, really affected me mentally. And instead of me learning how to fix it, you know, every day I would, you know, go to my yard and stuff like that. I'll just be complaining in my head. I'll be so negative. I was just so upset, and I just like hated it, man. I grew to just hate the business, man. I was just hating dumpster rentals. I was like, why am I doing this, man? I can do anything else. You know, I can be I can just do anything else. And that's where my mentality was when I was starting out, man. Like, I can literally do anything else, man. Forget this. So it was a guy, I won't say his name, but he's a bigger company here in my city. And he gave me some tidbits along the way. A lot of times I see him at the dump and stuff. And I knew that he buys smaller companies out and stuff like that. And I knew, you know, I can always hit him up. That was always in the back of my head. But my last straw was I was dealing with a regular customer, man. He was a pretty cool dude. He flipped a lot of houses, and I got, you know, connected with him, and I was just delivering dumpsters back to back to him. And one day, man, he just decided to, you know, put some real heavy duty stuff in my dumpsters. And, you know, and I was just so upset, man. And my tire was flat, and, you know, all this stuff was going in my head. So I was so upset, man. I drove my trailer to like this. It wasn't that far. It was like a tire shop, not too far. It's nighttime. And I was just like, man, I'll be honest with you guys, man, I was crying, man. I was so upset. I was so cold. Tire wasn't blowing up. You know, first I took it to a gas station, but it wasn't blowing up. It was coming off the rim, and I couldn't get it off with my wrench. I couldn't get it off, and I was just like, man, forget this, man. So while I was at the tire shop, man, I called the guy who wanted to buy it, man. I said, hey, man, I'm ready to sell, man. If you want to come get it, man, hey, it's all yours, man. Like, so he's working out a price and stuff like that. We came together with a price. And yeah, man, I had about 10 dumpsters at the time. I sold my 10 dumpsters. Plus I sold, you know, my trucks with that. So during that time, I actually was in talks to become a home inspector. So I actually went to school. After I sold the business, I was just so relieved, man. I was dealing with so much stress. And a lot of the stress I was dealing with was due to the fact that my other business was just, it was just stressing me out. And the dumpster rental was just adding on to it. So it really wasn't the dumpster rental business. It was my property preservation company, where I was in the houses more. And my employees, man, I had a $10,000 a month payroll, and it was tax season. So something was going on with my invoices. So my invoices weren't getting paid with that company. So I was dealing with a lot of stress. I was going in debt, you know, trying to pay my people. I don't like not to pay employees, so I was like maxing out on credit cards, getting loans, just so I can pay my payroll. And the dumpster rental business, all these issues kept on just popping up with it. So I just thought that was the problem. So I did some self-reflecting after I sold it. Went to got my home inspection license here in Ohio, so I'm a licensed home inspector as well. I don't do it. I never even practiced it after the fact. But you know, just I like to add skills to myself. You know what I mean? So that's something else you guys can do too. Is just continue to add skills to you, whether it's schooling, training, certificates. Always just make yourself more, you know, more all around, if you will. So I sold my business like January, February time, and you know, I took like about 2 months off, man. I was just thinking, I was like, man, wow, I was thinking like, man, what could I do different? I started thinking about the reason why I hated the dumpster rental business originally, and the reason why I hated it was because stuff that I didn't know. It was because I didn't have a compressor. It was because I didn't have I didn't have spare tires. It was just little stupid stuff. I'm like, man, if I would have fixed those issues, it would in turn save me a lot of time, and I wouldn't have been that stressed. So I took about, you know, a few more weeks. I'm like, man, I start seeing dumpsters companies all around me again. I'm like, man, I'm starting to want to do it again. So you know, that was like the rebirth of my, you know, my current dumpster rental business. April is 2 years ago is when I came back in, which only took about 4 months. So I sold 10 dumpsters plus a truck at an undisclosed amount, but it was 5-figure. I made 5 figures on that, on my first sale of my company. So I went from 10 in a truck to 0. And so I was like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna build it back up, man. You know what I mean? So I came across some money. I still had money left, you know, from the sale, but you know, I found that dumpster, like I told you guys in my earlier videos, for $1,100. And ever since I bought my first dumpster, my second time around, so this is actually my second time around, I didn't look back. You know what I mean? That's what I've been on ever since, and I just corrected those issues. So this is a life lesson for you guys, man. Any type of business or any in life in general, man, like a lot of times, man, our stress, the stuff that stresses out the most, is just issues that we need to fix. You know what I mean? Stress is just an indicator telling us that, man, something is not right. You know what I mean? And that's all it is. When you're stressing out a lot, you got a lot of anxiety. That's just something you got to fix in your life. Like if you're getting things in the mail, or if you owe people, or, you know, if you just dodging other people as well, and it's causing you anxiety, it's causing you to change things in your life, you need to address it, man. Stop running from it. And that's what I did with my dumpster rental business. My first one was, instead of fixing and correcting the problems that was causing me stress, I just decided to quit, you know, and I don't want you guys to quit. That's why I decided to make a YouTube channel. So with all that being said, I like to present something to you guys I've been waiting for a long time. If you bought my first book, I really appreciate you for checking it out. But I finally, first time in my life, man, I ever seen a printed book of my own. So here's my new copy. It's called 8 Steps to a $1 Million Dumpster Rental Business. It will be out sometime next year. I'm getting them all printed out. I'm gonna have an audio book with it as well. And I also made a post to anybody and everybody. If you're watching it this far, I really appreciate you. But if you have read my first book and it helps you out in any way, anybody who sends me a video, a cell phone, your smartphone video, just like under 1 minute, just something quick, just telling me how it helped you, my first book, I will give you a free copy of my new book. Plus, I'll give you a reimbursement for the first purchase, which was $10 on Amazon. I'll give you $10. Plus, you get a free copy of my book. Just send me over a video. Emails in the description. And if you haven't checked out the first book, and if you want to get that reimbursement, basically a free book plus a free copy, just send me a video message, email it to the email in the description. I also wanted to mention that starting this Saturday and every Saturday going forward, I will be starting a new series called Credit Repair Saturdays. I will be going over ways how you can fix your credit and how you can, you know, leverage your credit. Most of all, if you want to do a business, if you want the dream house, you want the car, if you want to just leverage it to your advantage and not mess it up. I'm not talking about splurging. I'm talking about leveraging your credit and making it grow and helping you in other aspects of your life. So stay tuned to that. Yeah. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. Stay up to date with everything I got going on. I know it's a little longer video, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate all the love, man. Straight up. Hey, y'all have a blessed day, man. My name is Martin. I'm out this thing. Peace.